87, yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. If I'm not with the 7, I'm a loner. If I ain't high 7, I'm a stoner. Anybody need a heart, I'm a donor. I don't wanna feel the pain any longer. Don't push me, I'm too close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. Bust on my line, I got temptation in my bed. That face is money all up in my head. Never ever been scared, I know God never felt me. I got real angels on my side, and these can't never cross on my neck, tag my flesh. I got girls in my DMs that wear my shirt. Me off the Remy, dreaming while I'm still awake. I know these niggas scheming, they won't never see the day. My broski off the lean, he's seeing things, I guess that's all it taking. All I wanted was a blessing, so I had to make it shake. I don't wanna pop no pills right now, I'm too good off the drink. If I'm rolling down a hill, then I gotta roll it. Niggas cleaning never hate, but I can see it in their face. If I die before, we just put a man in my grave. Man, you don't wait till I touch the center stage. A million fans on my page of me, God gave. Heal the soul from the pain, should've storm in the rain. All your love I embrace, truly yours. If I'm not with the 7, I'm a loner. If I ain't high 7, I'm a stoner. Anybody need a heart, I'm a donor. I don't wanna feel the pain any longer. Don't push me, I'm too close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. Bust on my line, I got.
And we're getting those low down vibes to start this off real quick. Trying out a little something new with the lighting. This neon light for a little bit. Wanted to try it out, so we're gonna try to dim the setting a little bit and kick things off the right way. But let's kick things off the right way. Welcome to Emano Talk, everybody. It's your boy, your host, Daniel Emano, and I am here with Miami's own Lovesk.
What's going on, man?
How you doing, Brody? I'm good, man. How about yourself?
I'm chilling, man. Blessed to be here.
Hey, it's a blessing to
glad
have
to be a part of what you're doing.
You already know, man. It's good to have you here, but let's kick things off. You know, the only way we know how. Tell the people who you are, what they don't know about you, where you came from, how you got into music, all that good stuff.
Okay, hold on, I'm trying to. How can I?
Yeah, you wanna, so he could get people on the live real quick. Let's see what we could find. This is always the weekly struggle. Let's use one of the Funkos real quick. Hopefully Vegeta could hold up. But yeah, tell the people who are you? Who is SK? Where are you from? All that good stuff. When did you start making music?
Okay, basically, I'm a young man from Miami, pretty much all over, because as a child, we had to move over everywhere, and I had to really get accustomed to every type of culture, every type of lifestyle because of the fast pace of my life, and that pretty much, that represents my music as well. I grew up, I don't know. I grew up like kind of the same as everybody, but different in a lot of ways. Always had faith in God to, get me through what I was going through. So even though it was, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, through the ups and the downs. I mean,
yeah,
I think you always gotta have like that faith concept to an extent. For me, over time, I had to learn how to just like keep my faith in. We look at it as God. It's usually like this like self driven energy basically, but overall you got to have faith in something no matter what it is.
For sure.
So do you feel like that's what kind of like fueled you through to start on the music, because you had so much to kind of like feel about and speak?
Yeah, pretty much. I always been I always paid attention to, more than I felt I was supposed to, and it kind of used to put clamps on me, but at the same time, it made me aware that it was a lot more out here than what I was just going through. Like it made me, just open to life, open to all perspectives. It made me somebody who can place myself in other shoes easy, and just relate to a lot of other things that didn't have nothing to do with me.
Yeah, because I feel like at times we go through these situations. Beginning of the situation, we were kind of like closed into a box, but going through the situation kind of broke down those barriers in that box.
Oh yeah.
And we learned different ways to think. So I like that you kind of brought it up to perspective. How does perspective help you create your art to an extent? Because I feel like when it comes to music, you got to be diverse in the sense of you know you could come from different angles. So how do you feel like you break down those barriers?
I feel like because of my lifestyle, you know, the people I hang around with, the people I grew up with, like I got tons of friends that's from all different type of, you know, cultures, religions, lifestyles, and I love to get to really know them, to really get to know their heart, to really get to know their spirit, and that helps me, you know, just it actually it don't do nothing for me, but
no, it's got to do something for you.
It's just it's a loving feeling, like to just, you know, get to know the real people and then get to know people's honest like self. That you know, it's always a vulnerable side to people that they don't like to show.
Yeah,
to get to know that person, like even with the toughest people that I know, like I like to get to know who they really are. You know what I'm saying? And it's just
I think it's authentic.
It's
an authentic feeling because you could actually see, you know, well, I see what your strengths are, but like where are your weaknesses to the extent of like show that you're also a human. I feel like too many people get caught up in the idea of needing to be impervious to anything
definitely.
and everything, and we're humans. We can't be impervious. We're never perfect. And people got to get used to those ways. You know,
and that's something, you know, I feel like everybody need to realize. If most people, I think everybody really, but they keep the people who don't want that notice, they keep that you know, kind of tucked in. But I was somebody who always felt like it was a lot that I had to work on, because in a lot of ways I was imperfect, and in a lot of ways, you know, I was self-conscious for a lot of my life, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I always had confidence in a lot of areas. But it was like it kind of varied, you know what I'm saying? People would tell me, oh no, this and that, you doing good, this, you look like this and that. And I feel like, you know, I'll get home and I'm like, but it took a while. It took me really having to go in and to really become myself to really keep it going.
Yeah, I like a track like Loner, which if you just tune on in, the first track we played was called Loner by Lovesk. But Loner is a great track because it kind of represents like what you just said, right? The lyrics were not perfect, like as far as like who the person is writing the lyrics, but the production and everything that stands behind those lyrics shows confidence. So I think it shows that you were willing to reveal that vulnerability as you kind of want from someone else, you know, treat others the way you want to be treated to an extent, like be yourself around me. And then at the same time, also be confident about who you are. I feel like a track like Loner definitely reflects that. How do you feel about that?
I feel like Loner was me coming off of, it was actually me on a come up, building my self back up. I had a lot of help, no kidding. It was that was me coming off of hiatus. I really fell back from music. I quit, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm not doing anything with life that doesn't involve me, you know, getting right within me, because I was holding myself back. I had a lot of inner things that I had to really get in tune with, and really I had to check myself, and God helped me get through that. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a real spiritual journey that I had been through. So I had to let go of all things of this world and then really sit inside. I stayed inside the house for so long. I stopped doing everything. I stopped hitting up my friends. You know what I'm saying? They'll have to come by to see me. Like I wasn't popping out. I wasn't making no phone calls. I just every day, it was days and weeks I would go by and I would rarely even be talking. I would probably say like a sentence at the most. And I used to really listen to like I used to, you know what I'm saying? I still do. And I just had to listen to God to really tell me how to work on myself, how to get better, you know what I'm saying? How to be a better person. And that's something that's what helped keep me going.
Yeah. You always got to turn to those moments though. I think it's in those moments that we figure out obviously the most about ourselves, but I think most about where our strengths truly lie. Cuz a lot of people, they say the standards, like where are your strengths? Oh, I'm confident, right? But deep down, a lot of people really aren't. It's kind of like even when you look back onto All Falls Down by Kanye, it's like even back then you look at that track, like he even said he's like we're all self-conscious. I'm just the first to admit it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that kind of like almost opened up like a trend right there where people actually started like asking themselves that question, like, damn, am I self-conscious? And
I feel like everybody's self-conscious.
hell yeah,
Everybody is, man.
and that's what I'm saying.
Care,
everybody's
bro.
got that. We all care what
Yeah,
people
yeah.
think about us. We all care about like, oh, am I,
Yeah.
am I walking out the house looking to a certain standard? Obviously, like holding yourself accountable as far as like cleanliness and all that stuff even plays to
Making sure you're on
self-consciousness.
point.
Yeah, so we always try to hold ourselves accountable to that extent. So I think people trying to act like that's not there, that's where we see sometimes this inauthentic music. A track like Loner, you could see that authenticity, and now that people actually get to hear you speak, it's all completely like tying into like where that kind of track comes from. And with a track like that, it's more melodic than anything. Who were some inspirations for you as far as music went growing up?
Growing up, it was a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? I have to say genres because I was pretty much everywhere on the board. Like, you see how Daft Punk just split up?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. That hurt because punk was a huge part. And you know what I'm saying? Me being open to that side of music, like a huge part. Like, the albums I used to download them all. It was like a LimeWire type of, but it was called Aries. Nice to like download all type of music. Go to sleep. I'm up early in the morning downloading all type of albums, and then by the time I get home from school, internet was kind of slow back then.
Yeah.
And then when I get back to the crib, it's like, yo, okay, now they finished downloading. I could rock out all night. Like, it was rock music, metal, hip hop, you know what I'm saying, old school rap, you know what I'm saying, kind of trap rap.
There was just a little bit of everything.
Alternative, at pretty much anything that I can feel that the artist was being authentic to who they were. Like, I always feel that. Okay. It don't matter what genre it is.
Who are some artists that stand out to you as far as like they were authentic to who they were?
I think pretty much, you know what I'm saying, I gotta give it to Drake.
Okay.
I gotta give it to Drake, man. I gotta give it to him because that's somebody who I respect from the beginning because of the who he signed with and what he didn't become because of who he signed with. Like, anybody else that, like, when he went with Young Money, you know what I'm saying, it was a lot that he could have changed. And he said, Lil Wayne told him himself, like, yo, don't change, be yourself. Like, that same like comeback season when he's rapping about being vulnerable with the music, how people talking about his music makes him feel, how the people doubting him makes him feel, you know what I'm saying, the things that he had to go through, the trials and tribulations just to get his music played, just to like all that type of stuff, being vulnerable on the mic, when you really could showcase the side of yourself that people think that doesn't exist, but it actually does. Is a lot that artists go through that like allows us to make the music that we make. It builds us up to that point. And he showcased that from the beginning, and he still does. So I always respected that because I actually seen his growth from the peak of his career, not since he first started in Toronto, but like comeback season when he started peaking with those songs and they started going, coming to America, and they got down to us. Then I'm like, okay. Then from there, I watched him grow. So it was like that. I always had a respect for him, always. I used to tell people like, yo, this dude, like, man, I'm in like 7th grade, listening to the best I ever had. Like, bro, this is one of the best songs I ever heard, bro.
That's fire. All right, so we're gonna jump into another track real quick. So this next track I got loaded up here is Holy Spirit by Lovesk. So y'all tune on in right here on Emano Talk.
Like a thief in the night. Demons left and right. What you doing around with all that hate? You don't go. got me through the valley of the shadow of death. My broski's up 100 plus, no more ice on my well. Still rap the 780, I got no size. Floating by in the ghost door suicide. I made it clear I'm here for a reason, could've been gone a couple times. Been a minute since I've been on these songs, right now the perfect time. To my pain admitted to some pain, I'm trying to toast all them nights. How far I got all the way to the top, I'm trying to live right. My medicine, the Holy Spirit going on a high. Keep my soul up in the sky, keep my brother right by my side. Stick to the cold, I'm down the ride. Still shed tears, I lost my God. Sometimes I don't know why I still try, then I remember I am alive. I'ma shine on this earth, show 'em that God is alive. Walking around in negativity, don't got time for no lies. I'ma go grassy, paying pills so good you won't believe your eyes. Still gon' walk by faith, and it's today that I went blind. In the fall, I go like the city up. Giving go, I know that I do too much. You know I won't never get up. When I'm low, all alone, can you pick me up? Deep in the night, demons left and right. What you doing around with all that hate? You don't go here. God got me through the valley of the shadow of death. My broski's up 100 plus, no more ice on my well. Still rap the 780, I got no size. Floating by in the ghost door suicide. I won't lie, 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 won't lie. I won't lie, won't lie, won't lie, won't lie, I won't.
Unless you've been on our playlist, you just heard that here for Holy Spirit by Lovesk. That actually is low key been out on the playlist, but he just told me, he's like, I didn't actually technically release that. I was like, oh, we premiering it now. They about to hear it now.
Yeah,
that's a fire track right there. And I like that a lot more now too. Excuse me. I like that a lot more now too, because of the fact that, like, how we were just talking about how you were like, yo, I just always had to have that faith, right?
Mm-hmm.
That Holy Spirit was just always there. You're always saying,
sure.
like, God got me through the valley of the shadow and death. And it's just like a track about perseverance right there. So take me through the making of that track.
This is when I was coming back from like that. Like, this one, God told me, like, you know, you got to keep going, doing what you love. You have a passion, you have talent. I put this in you, so you use it. You know what I'm saying? The crib, doing nothing. Just, you know, I was getting right. So it's like, the more that I get right, the more that I'm walking back into my purpose 10 times over. You know what I'm saying? So once I'm getting back into the music, every day I'm listening to the beats, and I'm like, all right, it's easy for me, because now I'm so tapped in. It's easy to be vulnerable. It's easy to say, you know, it's always, but to a certain extent, I used to cap it off at a certain point. Like, all right, people don't need to know this. People don't need to feel this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you felt like you had to manage the content you were putting out.
Yeah, exactly. Till I understood that, you know, God told me, like, people need this testimony from you. That's the whole point of you going through what you go through, so people can hear it, and people just like you that don't have a voice, they can listen to it, and then they can understand that things gonna be all right. Things gonna be better, and you know. Because I used to feel like, you know, it wasn't no hope for certain situations that I was in. There wasn't no better feelings that I could feel, and now I don't even smoke no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm half life every day. Like, I still drink. I love to drink. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, yo. Shout out to Just Mixed is one of the best drinks that I ever had. I promise you. And it was Crown Apple and Fruit Punch. I promise you.
No cap though, people don't know I used to be a bartender.
Yo, he's not, man.
I got a couple of secret drinks up my sleeve, but I just put some Crown Apple and Fruit Punch in a cup for you.
Yo, you definitely snapped on that drink. I done the whole drink already, man.
Oh shit, yeah. I guess I had the ratios down. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fire. That's fire. But nah, man, it's dope to hear that, you know, you got God in your ear. God is trying to let you know, like, yo, you do have this purpose, because I think a lot of us lose touch with faith in that extent, because it doesn't even have to necessarily be faith in God. It could be, you know, just overall self-faith, that you believe in yourself, and that you know you could get through these situations. And, you know, that's why I want people to see that when they hear music like this, it comes with purpose. It's not that, you know, there's no context to it. It's not like you're just, you know, saying words that are popping into your mind. Like, this is based off of experience. This is based off of feeling.
For sure. Definitely come from my testimony.
Yeah. So when did you officially start making music? How old were you when you started that?
I was like 16.
Okay, and how old are you now?
26.
Okay, so 10 years.
Yeah.
All right,
So
and how'd you get
basically,
started?
I used to write poetry before then, like a couple years. You know what I'm saying? I was writing poetry. So I always had a thing for art, even just drawing, like always anything art related, anything I can express myself with, like I always did it. So I had to move down south. I was at North Miami. I was going to North Miami. Then I had to move down south. I moved with my cousin. And you know, he been rapping for forever. Shout out to Quinn. He been rapping for forever. Guido Music. Um, so one day, I had one of my best friends, DJ Planes. Shout out to him. That in his world. I hope you good, bro. I love you and I miss you. Um, one day I think he was recording music and I'm like, dang, cuz I could rap too, you know what I'm saying? And he taught me how to like record myself on Fruity Loops on his laptop.
Yeah.
And then he just used to leave to go to work. And then one day, man, I'm like, yo, I'm like, man, I could do this, bro. So I wrote some raps and then I just started recording myself in his room, bro. And then I just used to record, send it to DJ. Yo, DJ, what you think about this? Yo, that's hard, bro. Then he came down to Outstanding Homestead. Like I had to move from Miami, you know what I'm saying? So it was hard for me to see my friends. So I would just have to record and just send it to them. They were like, yo, we bumping this during lunchtime. We bumping this. And da, da, da.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, man, my stuff hard, but it could be harder, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, bet. So, you know, we started doing our thing, then we kept going. Then after a while, you know, I didn't that serious. It was just like, I do it. I know that if I want to be a rapper, I can definitely rap. So I started taking it serious when I got back up to Miami, and then you know, we had it was me, West Dat, Nigeria, Kane, a few others, and we were all forming a big group. You know what I'm saying? We were all getting ourselves together to be the biggest thing. You know what I'm saying? It was called DXD, and this is it didn't go through all the way, but that's when I really like knew I had the talent for it. That's when I really tapped into that talent, and people was like, "Yo," off of one verse I had called Shadows, off a song, and then the people was like, "Yo, that verse, this was the hardest one on the song." I was like, "Hey, up, thank you." You know what I'm saying? So after that, I started taking it serious. Started snapping. Everybody really started. That's when my views started to go up. Like my first songs probably was getting, 10,000. You know what I'm saying? Like off of people showing me love and my friends reposting 10,000. Yo, 100,000. And I'm like, yo, okay, I could really do this. You know what I'm saying? But marketing was my thing. I didn't feel as if I needed the market. I didn't feel I needed to yes, he did. Um I didn't feel like as if I needed the marketing because I feel like it was gonna sell itself. If it was my time, then it would be my time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but how was it that you figured to yourself that that's one of those situations where hard work beats talent every single time?
Definitely. But I was in a state where I felt like rap was my number one thing. I was okay, let's get some money. Let's see who I could bag. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't focused on making rap my priority.
You
but
were focused on the business end of it, it sounds like.
Yeah, I wasn't focusing on the business either because I didn't, establish my name. I didn't get my BMIs. I didn't get, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have no distribution. Like I was just SoundCloud. Whenever I want to drop something, well, I know this hard, so I know play it, make something for the hood, upload it on, and it was popping from there. You know what I'm saying? People was like, yo, this really snapping. Then, I had my brother Denzel, shout out to him. He played a big part in to where I got at a certain level before I slowed down. It was my fault, but you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Denzel. He really showed me a whole lot of love, when it came to this. Like my second project, December, he reposted it up. He posted it up by himself. I didn't have to tell him nothing on Twitter. And then he posted it on SoundCloud, you know what I'm saying? All type of blogs started hitting me up, started, you know what I'm saying, trying to see what I had going on with it. And, it was a good feeling. I was like, yo, okay, I could really do this. It's a window for me here. But, I wasn't really concrete with it yet because I didn't feel my rap name I'm like, man, nah, I gotta switch my name up at some point because I didn't feel my branding of what I was doing, you know, at the time. It just didn't, the timing didn't feel right to me. Like how the time feels right now. Like what I went through last year, or what God put me through last year, or what I learned now, I know the time is now more than ever. But other than that, all the time before then was just spent preparing me, you know, getting me used to what I had going on. So that was pretty much the journey then. You know, I always knew I wanted to be, you know, I'm a creative person. You know, I went to college for theater. You know, I'm in World School of the Arts. You know, I like to draw. I've been in the band. I've been out in a lot of things, you know, art wise. So
You play instruments?
yeah, I played the B flat clarinet, the alto saxophone, the tuba.
I used to play alto sax.
Yeah, that's a beautiful instrument.
Yeah.
Percussion.
So you got a little bit of everything there. And then you said you were in theater. Like, did you actually participate in any plays?
Yeah, for sure. I did theater in high school at North Miami, and I did the Critics' Choice Awards. That's like the highest award you could get for it was like 4 of us. We did a project, and we went to Tampa with it. And you know, that's like the national.
Yeah, my girl actually is a theater buff, and she actually did that herself too, and she passed that.
Yeah,
I forgot. I think it was the same idea though, that it was like 4 of them, and they had like
a
monologue
the
that they basically put
yeah.
together, and her group also did sounding numbers.
Amazing! Shout out to her, man. Yeah, that's
so it's pretty dope. Honestly,
okay.
You got a little bit of them Tupac vibes going on because he was a little bit of an artiste in different
Tupac
categories.
He was in movies and stuff like that. Yeah, I think too.
He did do theater. Yeah, he was a little bit of everything. He went to an art school as well.
Yeah.
So it's pretty here that you kind of got those roots, because it's not like, you know, you just saw like a rapper and you're like, oh, that's lavish, like that's awesome. Like you kind of got a little bit of expertise in all different forms of art, and it's a true appreciation first, because you know what goes into that kind of work. But let's jump on into another track real quick.
Okay, let's get it.
Yeah, let's get it real quick.
What we listening to?
So this third track is your most recently released track, Heartside.
Oh, Heartside. Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna tune in on there. So we're gonna drop that Heartside real quick by Lovesk right here on Emano Talk. Y'all tune on in.
Let's get it.
Mistakes I made much to count. Your heart too cold, can figure it out. Follow up, giving you whatever amount. All my love you could take, I'm giving it all. Hold up to you, I give whatever necessary. Legendary, treat my love like mine too. Might be the one to shed light on the hopeless. Might be the one to keep the vibes in motion. You're unhappy, unsatisfied, and it's evident. Unsatisfied with the lies and sense. Satisfied with the side of him. You're unhappy, unsatisfied with the way it's going. How many nights have you spent alone? Baby, let me know. You just wanna live your life. You just wanna drink all night. You just wanna party till you can't no more. Party till you can't no more. Cause you're unhappy, unsatisfied with the way it's going. How many nights have you spent alone? Baby, let me know. You just wanna white nights, used to see the black skies. I know it was hard for you, working like part-time, drowning out the hard side. And the way it's part-time for me on the hard side. Keep me on the hard side. White nights, used to see the black skies. It was hard for you, working like part-time, drowning out the hard side. And the way it's part-time for me on your hard side. Keep me on the hard side. Right off the beat, keep the rhythm going. Right off the beat, keep the rhythm motion. I know you want the love for real. You want the love for real. Right off the beat, keep the rhythm going. Right off the beat, keep the rhythm motion. I know you want the love for real. I could tell you that unhappy, unsatisfied, and it's evident. Unsatisfied with the lies and sense. Unsatisfied with the side of him.
That's that Heartside right there by Lovesk. So that's your most recent track right there. That's a little bit different. So it's you showing that you could go in multiple areas as far as genres go, because that has some dance hall vibes to it. It was a love track. So take me through that one now. You got a little bit of a different side to you.
Yeah, that's that.
I mean, you got love in your name after all.
Yeah. That's kind of like me just, showing range, showing, okay, I can get down with this. And I got an island background, what I'm saying? I got island friends. I got a love for the islands, a love for, the dance hall, for the soca. I got a love for that because that's such an energetic side to life that people got to see. It's a lot of light on it now, but it's so much, like, it's fun. You see with the way that they party, like I witnessed it firsthand, and it's just like it's so much. Like I'm Bahamian, like I'm Bahamian, so it's like seeing these people firsthand basis, the way that they dance, the way that they move, the way that they feel, what they're going through, they talk with their bodies. You know what I'm saying? And the rhythm, it speaks through them. So it's like you can see the music on them before you don't even gotta hear it. You can feel the beat by how they move their body. So that's something that I want to incorporate into, Heart Side. Like I wanted to give the people something they could, vibe to, while also being something that people can relate to, which is why the lyrics, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I can tell you unhappy, you know what I'm saying? Because in this time of life, there's a lot of people who going through things that they not satisfied with. They want better, which is why they working towards what they working for. They want to better their situations. And then it's over a beat that can make you rhythm, you know what I'm saying? Like make you move. So
it's something to bring you alive, to literally wake your body up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a vibe track, and it's a different vibe, than what the other two tracks we heard were. But it's still played into like your favor because you have that, like, once again bringing it back to your vocals tend to be more melodic.
Yeah.
So it's like almost like, at the flip of a switch, you could jump onto an entirely different beat, and because you have that, attribute in your arsenal, it only makes you look that much better in the situation. Are any of your parents or either of your parents from the Bahamas?
Yeah, my mom was born in the Bahamas.
Okay, were you were born over here?
Nope, I was born in Jackson, South. Right in Overtown.
True date, baby, out here. All right.
Yeah.
How did your mom look to implement, her native back in your household?
It's a different story with my mom, you know what I'm saying? My mom, it was me, my mom, and my grandma. And it wasn't really much implemented because it's a lot. That's if I was to get into that, we would be talking for a long time. I love my mom. I don't know. I love my mom to death. I love my grandma to death, but I didn't really see much of the culture until I really started to get older. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't really get to learn about myself until I got like to a certain age because I was moving around so much with my grandma. But me and my mom like this though. Like we like this.
Yeah, regardless.
Yeah, regardless.
No, but that's still dope. To an extent, it sounds like you more so had to go explore your roots to understand them. And I think that's always kind of best, is that when you're, your own interest is what helps you find these things out about yourself. Because I always felt that the people that I knew growing up where their parents just kind of pushed their ways on them, they never truly learned how to appreciate it. They were just kind of like, no, that's just something my mom and my dad do.
Yeah, that's a lot of my Zoe homies.
Yeah,
like they got the culture on them. It's nothing else.
Like white on rice, man.
Yeah,
it's stuck on them, and it's just one of those things. Like it's a way of life. Like that's how it is, But I think it's dope when you could actually find out like what your culture is truly about, and that kind of track exemplifies probably what you seek in your own culture. Like whenever you probably go to visit the Bahamas or any of the islands overall, you kind of want that vibe that when you land, if it was a cruise or shit that you jump off and you just kind of hear the drums and everything real quick and it just kicks off. I could dig that though, man. But yeah, I mean, you dropped that it was like a couple of weeks ago. I want to say it wasn't too long ago.
Yeah, it was about a few weeks ago.
Okay.
I was gonna save it, but it's just I'm like, man, it's no more. Like I'm done hoarding music. Like I'm done holding on to stuff. Like let me just wait till the note. I'm about to drop it when I feel like it's time. It's time, because I'm not waiting no more. Like I got too much stuff. Like I can make a new song every couple of minutes. I can write a new song I'm not holding on to music that I keep feeling. If I know that it's good and I keep listening to it, I know that people gonna feel it. You know what I'm saying? And that song probably gonna be a lot bigger than what it is right now because of the way that I'm gonna push it, the way that that's a hit. If you hear it in the club, You don't even gotta know what I'm saying. You don't even gotta hear the like. Shout out to Kara. I love you, Kara, because she pushed it without me having to say nothing. All I did was send her the song. I walk into Racket in Wynwood and she's playing it, and people are dancing to it, and they like, yo, people don't know. People don't know what that song is. They don't know what I'm saying. The bass and the melody, and they're like, "Yo, I like this song."
Just their bodies are reacting to it. It's natural, all organic.
Yeah.
So you were talking, you ain't gonna hold no more music.
Nah.
So let's give the people a little surprise real quick. So I got 2 tracks here.
What you got?
I got 2 tracks here. They ain't even out yet. This one we're intentionally dropping. I didn't even know that about Holy Spirit, but we actually got 2 tracks here that we could debut.
Hey, yo, 780 in this thing.
Let's say we kick this off with a little and we'll show them what that Bandemic is all about.
He about to play Bandemic, cowboy.
Yeah, they don't even know what they're in for right now. But we about to drop these 2 unreleased by Lovesk. This first one right here features. What's the other artist name, real quick?
Which one you playing?
Pico.
Oh, Pico. Oh, shout out Z, man. Pico. Hey, product, what's good, gang? KC, Clears, 780 in this, full circle in here, man.
We about to drop that right now. So here's this new Lovesk featuring Pico B. This is called right here on Emano Talk. So y'all tune on in.
Oh, he playing the other one first.
Yeah, Bandemic up next.
780, man. I got P with me, told her let's go get it. She said, where's that? I'll pull up like 150 deep, like I'm from the rack. Everybody that you see with me, all about them rats. Get up, bro, from the 310 gang, I need a pack. God got me, I ain't stressing nothing, I'ma get it at all. Brody call, said that thing he glitching and is giving to me. She fine, call her all the time, that's my Betty Boo. Casey with me, Tony Hawk, grinding, that's my Scooby-Doo. Panoramic F a Pandemic, let's go get the breach. Top down, I'm in Lemon City, man, and shit a breeze. Shorty thick in the passenger, let me get a squeeze. She gon' call out for the day just to come with me. Push start, guess I got the keys. Drop the low for you if you slide to the B&B. Honey does sound good, hold on, let me see. I just want the money for the beef, but I'll take a piece.
For that shit, nigga, with a bag, we can split the pleasure. We get back and just to see the cash, shit, I'm about to text. If a nigga playing with my talk calls, go to patch it. All these niggas want pick up beat. Bitch, I'm Birdie Mac. Big body bands, little you play. I had a ZBs pull up what you say. I'm in MIA, got your nigga MIA. Pussy good, have a nigga singing like he Drake. Ocean dry in this shit wet, you can't hop in. All eyes on me like a pop when I walk in. He ain't got that bad, take a walk, bitch, I'm all in.
We about to turn it up though. We about to go into this other track real quick right here. If you don't want the rest of that, you gonna have to wait for that to drop. That was But this next track right here, this one's Bandemic. So y'all tune on in right here on Emano Talk. This is another unreleased Lovesk
like
track.
what Pandemic. Hey, gang know this whole song, man. Shout out, gang, man.
Hey, bro, say don't pass that J until we clear it. If it's capping that rap, don't let me hear it. I don't know what a nigga is, but I don't fear it. I'm been so fine that I could cry, I'm so serious. Action, is you bout it? All my members roll running, count thousands. I told her no one time, she with the pouting. Try to swerve in my lane, I'm going around them. I'm in the strip club like what Pandemic. All these bands in the air, it's a Bandemic. That double R so spacious, she could dance in it. And the dress still giving, take a chance with it. Shorty so pretty, I just call it just to see her face. Put you on my biz, but we could eat, you got BOA. I'm in quarantine in the crib, smashing paper plates, gaining weight. But I'm about to lose it, running state to state. Rose gold halo on my necklace. I was down to my last, I had to stretch it. I've been praying for these days I'm in, God bless me. Angels all around me, man, I used to have depression. Think I want a ghost painted matte white. Double R vibes, what I sound like. Broski got the Clippers like we playing 2K. Playing 5, get them out the way, ain't no time to fight. My niggas hungry and they lurking. Hey, I deserve this shit cause I've been really working. I was punching and I wasn't even certain. My first drop, I damn near exploded. I'm loaded, cash and all hundreds. They gon' leave when you broke, when you ball, they coming. I was giving niggas hope when they ain't have nothing. Niggas on my style, couldn't buy it if you want it. Nowhere. I'm booby mouths, just a God given. From the trenches, put my heart in it. Forgive the pain, they got scars in it. No say I'm no boss till we all win it. Gang. It's about perseverance.
That's that Bandemic right there.
Bandemic. All these bands in the air, it's a Bandemic.
And we went back to back on these unreleased tracks. Y'all got 3 unreleased tracks. We spoiling you here tonight. Yo, but those two tracks are the first 3 tracks we listened to, but those 2 are bangers right there. Those could be playing in clubs for all we know.
Yeah.
But yo, that's some fire.
Thank you.
You already know, man. Shout out Product. Shout out Piku.
Shout out Product, man. Shout out Rich Poppy. Shout out Piku. Man, I got a lot of stuff coming. Shout out K. I got something coming with K. Got something coming with Tunde. Got something coming with 12 I'm trying to get bass on some. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to work with a lot of people. Oh, me and Denzel got something coming too.
Okay.
It's a lot of people I'm trying to connect with. I'm really trying to connect with people that that's really about their grind. You know what I'm saying? That's really passionate about what they do. So, you know, I'm going with the flow with it.
Okay. Wait, what do you got in store for 2021 for what the people could look out for?
Videos. Singles. Features. No projects. I don't think I'm gonna drop no projects. If my fan base up there, you know what I'm saying? If the demand is there, people sweating me every single day, like, you know what I'm saying? I got hundreds and thousands of people like, yo, drop a tape, then I'm gonna drop a tape. But other than that, let's keep building, keep getting my face out there. You know what I'm saying? People know the music. Like, I got like million streams on SoundCloud, but people can't put a face to it. So I gotta start putting more content out. You know, I gotta start putting more videos. You know, because remember I said I didn't care about the business side of it. Like, it's like the music, I was all right with it. People know that song, you know what I'm saying? They could be out somewhere and I could walk right by them. They wouldn't know that's me. I didn't care about that. But now I was like, you know what I'm saying? For the business side, I have to care about that. So it's like
playing a little catch up now.
Yeah. Now it's just promo, singles, videos. Let's get it. Features, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Straight foots on next.
Yeah, for sure.
That's it. Lovesk.
Hey, shout out Babyface Ray too. My dog just said something about it. Hey, whoa, man, yeah.
Shout out the whole team real quick. Yo, I appreciate you pulling up, my guy.
Thank you.
Honestly, we had a good conversation.
I wanted to be a part of this, bro. You got something good going, bro.
I hope so, man. Each week it gets better and better, honestly, and we're blessed to be here. We're about halfway through season 4 now. It's crazy how much was accomplished only halfway through. I want to say we have like already 20 plus episodes in season 4. And we're gonna, enter into March next week.
Yeah, you got a lot of legends too on there, man.
Yeah,
you kicked it off with Tunde, boy. That's a big hitter, man.
Yeah, and then we got like Sean Buck coming up.
Oh yeah, I rock with Sean Buck. I ain't seen him in some years, but
Sean
I rock
Buck,
with that boy.
He's gonna slide here all the way from West Palm Beach.
Yo, hey, that's way.
Yeah, man. He fire. He gonna pull up for Selection Sunday. We got a lot of people pulling on up.
Okay.
To end.
Sure. Shout out to everybody, man.
Yeah, man. We already starting to plan a little bit for season 5, but I ain't gonna say much about that because that's a little bit more down the line.
Hey, man, I come back season 5, season 6, man. We here, bro.
We out here.
We out here. Part of this. You going places, man. Big places.
You already know, man. But let the people know where they can find you at real quick, so this way they can make sure they check out all the tunes.
Instagram, YLoveSK, Twitter, 786 LOVESK. SoundCloud, Lovesk, LOVESK. YouTube, you gotta type in 786 number 7 EIGHTY 6. That's how you get to me on all platforms. You need my email. It's sklovehound@gmail. You want to send me some beats, you want to get a feature, you want to get anything going, hit me up there. I'm ready to work.
That boy ready. He ain't letting up either. 2021, he gonna make it his with no projects, straight features, singles, videos, all that good stuff. But y'all tune on into Lovesk. That boy ain't to be slept on. Y'all heard these unreleased tracks. That boy got stored away in the vault. He got more in the vault than even just those 2 tracks. And those 2 tracks were bangers as it is. So don't sleep on the kid. Y'all make sure you go check him out. Y'all make sure you go follow us on social media. That's at Emano Talk. That's at EMANOTALK. On Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. Make sure you go subscribe on YouTube and all the podcast platforms. The episode will be out tomorrow morning. And we'll catch you guys next Thursday with somebody that I will post about next week because there are far too many names for me to even remember at this point. But I promise it's probably somebody good that I've been thinking of the name because I'm a shithead, but that's okay. We'll kick this thing off and end it with a final banger. This last track right here is actually called Smile More by Lovesk.
Wow. Yeah. Wow, I hit it. Well, yeah, this is what you call it. This one of my old bangers, man. It's
I fuck with it though, but yeah, y'all tune on in right here on Emano Talk. We'll catch y'all next Thursday. Be easy.
Upper echelon, I'm very young. Ice around my neck, Cuban on my arm. Riding through the town, let the roof at home. Don't let them see you down. Just wanna see you smile. Just wanna make you proud. Don't let them see you down. Just wanna see you smile. Been up in it for a minute and I told you we ain't stopping till we win it all. You had a long day, you been holding all that weight. Come on here, let me get it all. I ain't tryna be the first or the last, girl. I'm tryna be the only one you think about. Got a lot to say, but I ain't tryna talk right now. I just wanna vibe out. Since the last time that you ain't asking for a lot, baby, I just want your little tea. You been lying.